People sometimes say that I'm too hard on LeBron James. Like, I don't think so at all. I think intense scrutiny comes with the territory. If you are considered the best, you get given higher standards. A story came out recently that it's from Alex Reamer, WEEI. Here's the headline. I'll read it word for word. This headline says, "It's hard to imagine Tom Brady skating on an HGH allegation the way Peyton Manning has." And then the story goes on to detail the way Peyton Manning, gets a pass, and how more evidence has been shown that Peyton Manning is really likely linked to HGH violations of the NFL rules. And I have a couple things to say about this. First is that, first, likability matters. Just the truth. I love Tom Brady. Tom Brady's my favorite player of all time, any sport. Favorite athlete of all time. And even though I love Tom Brady, the truth is Peyton Manning is more likable than Tom Brady. Just honest. I mean, two guys of the same qualifications are both in the job interview. The guy who the boss likes more gets the job. It's just how the world works. I've gotten out of numerous situations in my life because I had good rapport with the principal or with the director or with this or that. When people like you, it helps. It does. People like Peyton Manning more than they like Tom Brady, and so Peyton Manning gets a pass. To some degree, I don't mind that. The other reason why I don't mind Peyton Manning getting more of a pass than Tom Brady is, does anybody consider Peyton Manning the greatest quarterback of all time? No, nobody does. We consider him really, really good. He's up there. But when you're in the GOAT conversation, when people consider you the greatest of all time, that means we're going to be harder on you. The expectations are higher. The GOAT conversation means we are going to have more scrutiny on you. See, we give Kevin Durant passes on things that LeBron James could not get away with. Kevin Durant had a bad fourth quarter, and he gets less backlash. He gets less scrutiny. If LeBron James is a bad fourth quarter, we are going to come down hard on him. He needs to answer to that. Kevin Durant doesn't. And, it's been a tough... I've been very tough on LeBron James in these NBA Finals, and I don't think I'm wrong. Either way, it's on LeBron James. Here's the thing. Either LeBron James is an absolute victim. He's a victim of having a bad team, or LeBron James needs to own what's going on. So again, maybe LeBron James is a victim, but do we want anybody who adopts a victim mentality? No. I really think at times LeBron James has had chances in these finals, and he has failed. I see a lot of parallels between Tom Brady and LeBron James. Game one of the NBA Finals, LeBron James had the ball with 4.5 seconds left. He had the ball with 4 seconds left, and he passed it away. LeBron James gave up the opportunity to win the game himself. And then even later in overtime, LeBron James was 0 for 4. He only had 2 points on free throws. LeBron James didn't play well in overtime. He had opportunities in that game. He didn't win. And then in game 3 last night, LeBron James is down 1 point with 3 minutes left, and LeBron James did not make it happen. He had the basketball in his hands. He didn't score. I mean, it's just the truth. It's the truth. We are harder on people who are in the GOAT conversation. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, not Kevin Durant. We're harder on people who are considered possibly the greatest of all time. If you're going to be in that conversation, you have to live up to every single expectations. The scrutiny is on. It's funny, in the Super Bowl, Malcolm Butler was benched. Tom Brady throws for 500 yards. He loses to the Eagles. And all anybody can talk about. People blame Bill Belichick. They say, Bill Belichick benched one of their best defensive players. Tom Brady threw for 500 yards and lost. It's like people forget that Tom Brady had the ball at the end with a chance to win, and Tom Brady fumbled. Tom Brady had a chance. Is Tom Brady a victim of bad coaching, or did Tom Brady have an opportunity to win? In spite of maybe bad coaching, but Tom Brady still had an opportunity to win, and he didn't do it. Look, I know people that have had really bad parents, or they've had bad breaks in life. And the truth is, nobody cares. Yeah, job interviewer doesn't care if your parents didn't love you very much, or if they didn't have money to send you to college. What they care about is, can you do the job? Will you deliver? And if you deliver, you make it. Success doesn't care about your adversity. It doesn't. I wish it did. It would really help me if it did. I'm on financial aid. My parents are broke. I wish it did, but it doesn't matter. Success doesn't care about, did you have adversity? It doesn't. So people say, Tom Brady threw for 500 yards and still lost. Well, still though, Tom Brady had an opportunity to win the game and he didn't. And we are harder on people who are considered maybe the greatest quarterbacks of all time or maybe the best basketball player of all time. It's interesting. Since when do yards win games? They don't. Kirk Cousins threw for almost 5,000 yards in 2016. Also in 2016, Kirk Cousins only won 8 games. He was 8-7-1. Yards don't mean much. So Tom Brady throwing for 500 yards, whoop-de-doo. You didn't win the game. You didn't deliver when it mattered most. That may be harsh, but it's also true. If you're going to be the greatest quarterback of all time, you got to deliver in that moment. People say, LeBron James, first player in NBA history to score 50 points and lose a finals game. So what? Points don't equal wins. Ask Devin Booker. Devin Booker scored 70 points in an NBA game and he lost. The point is all to say this. I am not too hard on LeBron James. I am very hard on LeBron James. It's for good reason. He deserves it. If you want to be in the conversation to be the greatest of all time at something, that conversation comes with a ton of scrutiny. That comes with the territory, man. It's just the truth. We're harder on Tom Brady than we are on Peyton Manning because we should be. We should be harder on Tom Brady because Tom Brady's talked about in a different conversation than Peyton Manning. And the truth is, we should be harder on LeBron James and Kevin Durant. LeBron James had opportunities to win games in this NBA Finals series, and LeBron James did not deliver. I repeat, end of game 1, overtime, didn't deliver. End of game 3, 3 minutes left, down 1, didn't win the game. That's on LeBron James. I'm not being too hard on him. I expect a ton of great things from LeBron James. The bar for LeBron James is extremely high, higher than maybe anybody ever, but it should be. Because you expect great things from great people. To say maybe he's one of the greatest players of all time, I'm never going to forget that he did not deliver at the end of game 1 and the end of game 3 in the 2018 NBA Finals. Thank you so very much for watching. Remember, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, as well as my best, most interesting clips. If you like Strong Opinion Sports as much as I do, help me grow this podcast by telling your friends about this show. Share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow this podcast by telling your friends. Thank you so much, and have a great day.